Welcome, sweet friends. It's Ashley Clarke with Earthkeeper Yoga, and I am here on my mat and so excited to be sharing another class with you. If you like what I'm doing, I would love for you to like and subscribe to my channel, like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and give me feedback about what it is that you like and what you don't like so that I can make sure that as I continue to offer these classes that I'm giving you what it is that you're looking for. And sometimes we don't know exactly what it is that we need. So keep coming back, leaving me feedback and letting me know how you are. If you're in the Birmingham area, I would love to see you at an in-person class. I teach anywhere from 3 to 5 outdoor classes a week, and you can find out more about those at earthkeeperyoga.com. Feel free to follow along with me on social media, both Facebook and Instagram, at Earthkeeper Yoga. All right, so what I have for our practice today, I do have a block and I plan on using it, and I have my trusty blanket. So that's always great under the knees. It's great when we're just trying to sit in a nice, easy seat as well. So grab what you need, and I'll meet you right here. All right, friends, as we get started today, I'll give you a little bit of information about the class that I'm about to share with you. So the theme of today's class is "The waiting is the hardest part." It may sound like a Tom Petty song, and if it does, it should. So waiting, we get stuck in this almost like a hamster wheel of waiting on the next paycheck, waiting to go somewhere, waiting for something to fall in line so that we can achieve some sort of something. And we forget to be present in the moment and just be right where we are and celebrate that. And if we live in a constant state of waiting, then the anxiety and the stress and the worried emotions just creep into everything about us, into our physical, mental, emotional bodies, and just kind of store there and sit. So this particular class is going to feel nice and juicy, and we're just going to get into some of those places where maybe we've been holding that waiting. All right, so as you're ready, let's start together at the top of the mat. And we're going to start standing today. So I think I've shared this quote with you before, but as you find connection here with your feet, just gently standing on your mat, hands can be at the heart. I've shared this quote about be where your feet are. You don't have to be anywhere else except where you are in this moment. So I invite you to gently close your eyes or just have a soft gaze towards the floor if that's more comfortable in your body. Go ahead and start at the soles of your feet, feeling the connection to the mat. Letting that awareness ripple up through your body, softening the knees, the hips. Using the breath to let the shoulders lighten a bit. Notice how you're feeling right here. Notice the quality of the breath. So go ahead and take your tongue and let it push gently against the top of your mouth with the tip of your tongue just right behind the top row of your teeth. Notice how just that little gentle movement, that one little change allows the jaw and the mouth to relax. And Jiva Bandha. So go ahead and let the breath begin to deepen. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Let the exhale go all the way out through the deep low belly, relaxing everything. Give yourself 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, let the chin come down towards the chest. Think about bringing the shoulder blades closer together, and then press the feet into the mat. Lift through the crown, extending through the spine. If you feel any low pressure in the low back, tuck the tailbone in just a bit. Notice your presence right here. Inhale, lift the arms and the gaze up. And then exhale, let the hands come on either side of your hips. Relax the shoulders, palms come down, just touching gently on either side of the hips. We're going to take this right foot and we're going to lift the heel so we're just on the ball of the right foot. And just start to make the smallest of circles with that ankle. Stay with your breath and feel the sensation of your foot moving on your mat. Change directions. And notice if you've locked that left knee. Keep it a little soft. Letting that right foot come back down to the mat. Even out your centering through your legs. Give yourself a breath. Lift that left heel and start to circle that left ankle. Softening through that right knee. Just noticing that foot moving around on your mat. And change directions. Softly coming back to center. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring your feet really close together so that your knees can touch. And then bend down, let the hands come to the knees. See if you can keep the spine long. So if you feel that tailbone starting to curve back, tuck it in just a little bit. It'll start to wake up those strength muscles you have throughout the center of your body. And we'll start to move the knees together. Either direction is fine. And if you hear any pops and cricks, that's just gas escaping as we get some synovial fluid moving through your joints. It's all good. Reverse directions. Last breath. Beautiful. Sink back into that that posture that we were in, and then let your feet come just a little bit wider apart. We're going to move through some standing cat-cow from here. So take an inhale, arch the tailbone and the crown of the head up, and then exhale to roll it in. Shoulder blades come apart. Move with your breath. Stretch through the throat as you send the tailbone and the crown back. And shrug those shoulders up to the ears as you bring chin and tailbone in. Last one. round in. Take a fresh inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly start to come to stand. Let those shoulders come all the way up to the ears, and then exhale to roll down the back. Bring the hands back to the heart. Step the feet closer together in your mountain. Give yourself 2 breaths. And just be here now. Take an inhale, reach the arms and the gaze up. And then exhale, circle the hands nice and wide. Let the hands come to the hips. Step the feet just a little bit wider. So we're going to move through like we're hula hooping. So keep some softness in the knees, and we'll just start to move the hips forward and back. Feeling into the hip flexors, hamstrings, making this as big or as small as feels good in your body. And see if you can stay connected to inhales and exhales. After your last exhale, reverse your direction. Stay with the breath. Give it one more full breath cycle. And then use an inhale to come back to stand. Bring the feet closer together. Take an inhale, let the arms and the gaze rise up. And then exhale, give yourself a nice big shoulder circle, sending the arms back behind you. Inhale, lift them up again. And exhale, circle back. Keep softness in the knees. Give yourself 2 more rounds. And as your arms come and circle back around, bring them back to the heart. Fresh breath. Exhale the chin down towards the chest. Shoulder blades come together. Breathe 2 breaths. Inhale, and then exhale to lift the gaze. From here, we're going to start to make the smallest of circles using the nose as our guide. So take an inhale and slowly start to circle as if you're drawing in front of you with your nose. And as you draw, start to create a spiral that loops around and around, growing larger and larger with each breath cycle. And find your exhale. And then let's start big. So inhaling, switching directions. And spiraling back in smaller and smaller with each cycle. Give yourself 1 more round. And spiral back into stillness. 1 breath. Inhale, lift the arms and the gaze. Exhale, soften the shoulders, bend the knees ever so slightly, just a little bit. It's not a full chair, but there's definitely a bend in the knees. Fresh inhale. And then exhale, find a forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway, long spine.
And then exhale, slow release back towards the mat. Inhale down low. Exhale, slow rise back in to your mountain, honoring that low back, keeping a bend in the knees, reaching the shoulder blades closer together, coming into your mountain. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms and gaze go up. Exhale, soften the knees, drop the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, slow forward fold. Release the head. Inhale, halfway, long spine. Exhale, release to the floor. Inhale, down low. Exhale, slow rise. Bend in the knees to protect the low back. And rippling up through the crown of the head as you make your way back into mountain. Let the breath go. Inhale, lift the arms and the gaze. Exhale, release the shoulders down, bend the knees ever so slightly. Inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Release what you can. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, down low. Exhale, slow rise. Meeting in mountain, 1 breath. Inhale, arms and gaze lift. Exhale, hands back in front of the heart. And gaze is still forward, but you can close the eyes. Be present right here. Notice the ease that you found within your physical body. Inhale, lift the arms and the gaze. And exhale to forward fold. Go ahead and step your feet back. Let's find our first down dog. Begin to pedal through the feet, staying connected to the breath. Last one. Inhale into your table. Exhale to lower. Meet me on your belly. Hands still under the shoulders, tops of the feet come to the mat. Take your hands and move them back where your elbows are more at a 90 degrees with the forearms and the wrists under the shoulders. Release through the booty, take an inhale, and then exhale to lift through the crown of the head, using your low back muscles to lift and hold. Quick scan of the glutes and the booty muscles, just trying to release where you can, keeping the elbows hugged in towards the ribs. Inhale. Exhale, lower the head. Press into the hands. Let's make our way into table. And be in this moment. 2 breaths. Beautiful. Take an inhale. And then exhale to move through your table. Walk your hands forward just a bit. Let the hips sink down. You may have to move your hands. You're going to let the hips sink down, releasing through the pelvis to find a modified version of up dog. So release through the booty. And give it 1 more breath.
Inhale. Hug those elbows in next to the ribs as you make your way all the way back down. And notice that you're in the same position that you were before we just moved through that flow. Beautiful. From here, make sure that you've got room above your head and to either side. I'm going to move my things out of the way. We're going to take our right arm and send it out into a half T to the right. Send the left arm long over the head. Right now, have your nose pointed down towards the mat, so you've got some engagement through the back of the neck to keep your head up. Take an inhale. And then exhale. See if that left cheek will come all the way down to the mat. And release everything in. The mat can take the weight. One more breath. Inhale, lift the head and turn the nose back towards the mat. And reach this right arm the right arm up next to the left. Sorry about that. And then we're going to take this right knee out to the right, even with the right hip. Use your hand to walk yourself or creep until you bring those elbows underneath the shoulders. Notice if you're sinking weight into the arms. Press into the elbows and lift through the upper body. Make sure that the left toes are going towards the back of the mat. Release where you can and breathe 2 breaths. Beautiful. Keep the upper body lifted and curl the toes on the left foot. See if you can press up using the bottom of that right knee and then bring the right knee under the right hip, right top of the foot on the floor. Come to hands under shoulders. Left leg is back behind you. Lengthen through the spine. Take an inhale. And then exhale, slowly send that left heel back, getting a stretch through that left calf muscle. Stay strong through the arms. One more breath. Press into the ball of that left foot. Bring that knee back under the hips, wrists under shoulders. We'll take an inhale to lift the left leg, and then exhale to step it through. So you're in this kneeling crescent position. Let this right hand come down inside of the left foot. Take an inhale, lift the left arm up towards the sky for a twist. And just notice how that left shoulder feels. Notice how that left hip flexor feels. Beautiful. Lower the left hand down and then just send this left foot back to meet, or the left foot meets the left foot, but the left knee also meets the right knee. All right, bring those hands forward just like we did, and then we're slowly going to let ourselves send the pelvis down towards the mat, lower down. We're right back where we started, except maybe you've inched up your mat like I did. All right, let's do the other side. So the nose is pointing towards the floor. The right arm extends up over the head. Left arm extends into a half T to the left. Take an inhale. Exhale, turn the nose towards the left and let that right cheek sink down to the mat. Relax everything. Breathe 2 breaths. Notice your belly expanding on the mat. Inhale. Lift the head, bring the nose back towards where you can look at your mat. You don't have to, you can keep your eyes closed, but then send this left arm long over your head. Bend that left knee up towards the left hip. It's out to the side. Breathe here, 1 breath. Use your hands to walk yourself up. Elbows come under shoulders, and then press into those elbows to lift through the upper body. Notice any discomfort here, and don't go past your edge. So if it feels like too much, lower down just a little bit to keep yourself from hurting yourself. Relax the jaw, bring the tongue back to the top of the mouth. Curl right toes, lift up. You're using the left inside part of your knee as a holding point, a post point, if you will, and then bring that left knee under the left hip. Come to hands. Take an inhale, and then exhale, send the right hip back, or the right heel back. Get 2 breaths right there. Inhale, shoulders back over those wrists. We'll lift the right leg and then step it through. Here we are in this kneeling crescent. So once you get here, let the left hand plant, take an inhale, and then use the exhale to come into a kneeling twist. Notice all the things. Last breath. Beautiful. Right hand comes down, send the hips back so the right knee can come back to meet the left. Take an inhale, and then let's exhale into into child's for 2 breaths. Let the shoulders roll down towards the mat. Relax through the neck and be. Inhale, let's move into table. And then walk those hands forward just like we've been doing. Start to move the pelvis forward, and we'll make our way into that modified version of up dog. Slowly lower down to the mat. Send the left arm up over the head again, nose down towards the floor, but head lifted just a little bit. And we'll send that right arm out back into the T. Take an inhale, and then exhale, slowly lower the head. Relax into the mat. Take an inhale, lift the right knee back up towards the right hip. So deepening what we just did by lifting the knee here. Inhale to lift the head. Exhale, nose back down towards the mat. And we'll send this right arm up over the head to meet the left. Here's our creep again, pushing into the hands to come to elbows. Release where you can here. And we're going to take an inhale, reach this right arm up towards the sky. And exhale, let it thread through the left arm. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale to thread. 2 more. Notice the tension in the right thigh. And see if you can release it on the exhale. Beautiful. Bring the right elbow back under the right shoulder. And then we'll walk the hands down. Both hands come over the head, nose towards the mat. Let's extend that right leg long. Send the left arm out into the left half T. Inhale. And then exhale to let the right cheek come down to the mat. Breathe here, one more breath. Slowly lift this left knee out to the left. Release where you can. Inhale. Lift the head, turn the nose back down towards the mat, and let the left arm come back up over your head. Slowly start to walk yourself up, and we'll meet with that left knee up near the hip. Shoulders are engaged and lifting. Shoulder blades come together. There's weight being pressed into the mat through the elbows. Take an inhale, lift the left arm up. And exhale, thread it through. Last one. Replace the left elbow. Go ahead and walk those hands forward. Nose is lifted off the mat. Extend the left leg long. Let's see if we can creep back up. Elbows under shoulders once again. Curl toes and lift into an elbow plank. You can always lower knees if you need to. One more breath. Lower to knees, and then send the hips back. Walk with your elbows, and you come into child's. Rest here 2 breaths. Let the belly roll over your thighs. Inhale, press into your hands to lift yourself up. We're going to be doing something from knees, and so I love to have a blanket handy. You'll also need your block. So I'm going to get my blanket ready for my knees, and I'm going to grab my block. I'm going to put it right outside of my right hip, probably on the tallest setting. All right, so let's meet in table. Take an inhale, and then engage to the center of your body to come up onto your knees. You've got the hands down near your hips, just like we did at the beginning of class. Keep the left hand down by the hip. Take an inhale, reach the right arm up, give yourself a nice big circle, and see if you can bring that right hand down to your block. If you don't have a block, other options are to bring the right toes to the mat and reach back for the right heel, or you can always just bring your hand to your low back. Once you get that right hand there, take an inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky, and press the booty forward. Give yourself a little back bend if it feels okay. And release the jaw, tongue to the top of the mouth. Inhale. Let the left hand lower back to the left hip, and use the right hand to walk the block around, and it can come outside of that left hip. All right, both hands back right next to the thighs. Take an inhale, lift the left arm up, give it a big circle, and then let it come back for that block. There's already a tilt in the body, so you're pressing the pelvis forward. You'll feel the booty engage. Inhale, lift the right fingertips up. Gaze towards the sky. Notice on those inhales how you feel that lengthen through the spine, the expansion of the ribs. Beautiful. Inhale. And then exhale to lower that right hand. You can use your left hand to move your block out of the way. Bring the hands next to the hips. Inhale, both arms rise. Exhale, sit the hips back. Make your way back into child's pose. Release fully. Just a counter pose to that modified rabbit, releasing through the low back. Inhale, let's make our way into table. Once you get here, send that right leg long behind you, just like we did last round. And then bring knee to nose, step that right foot through. You're back in that kneeling crescent. Take an inhale, we'll come to rise up, and then reset that right heel under the right knee. Now notice what's going on the left side of your body. So this is me completely relaxed. Now watch what happens when I engage through my glutes and through my core muscles. Did you see everything suck in? See if you can do that too. It will increase and ignite a stretch through that left quad. Take an inhale. You're going to circle the right arm forward. Left hand comes to that right knee. Send the right fingertips behind and find that stretch through the right shoulder. Nice and easy. The gaze can go back towards that right thumb if it feels okay. Notice how tucking everything in and engaging everything in the center of your body makes you feel a little bit more stable here. And one more breath. Lift that left arm in front of you, full tilted, twisted T. I just made that up. Inhale, lift the arms, twist back forward. Exhale, let the hands lower down. Send your hips back. Right knee comes back to meet left. Let's move through 2 rounds of cat-cow here. Inhale, lift crown and tailbone. Exhale, round it in. One more round. Neutral spine. Inhale, lift the left leg behind. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise up. Reset everything. Take a moment here. All those things we did on the other side, let's do here. So again, I've left everything relaxed, and I'm going to start to engage and notice the difference in how I feel through the center of my body, or through your body. You can't feel my body. Nice big inhale. And then exhale, send the left arm back. Right hand comes down to that left knee. Gazing back towards those left fingers if it feels okay. Breathing in the belly. Last breath. Remove the right hand from the left knee. Send the fingertips forward. Inhale. And then exhale to bring the arms over the head. Inhale here. And then exhale to fold back into that table by sending the left knee back. Shimmy your hips side to side. All right. Once you get here, and once you feel settled through the hips, curl your toes, lift those hips, find a down dog. So our next flow will not be from knees. So if you want to move that blanket out of the way, go right ahead. Just be in this down dog 3 more breaths. Last one. Let's walk those hands back towards the feet.
We'll meet at the back of the mat in a forward fold. Soften through those knees. Let the head hang heavy. Be right here. Use your breath. Inhale, halfway long spine. And exhale to release down towards the mat. Inhale, down low. And exhale, slow rise, coming into your mountain.
As you ripple up through the crown of the head, let's take a fresh breath. Reach the arms and the gaze up. And then exhale to bring the hands in front of the heart in prayer. Give yourself 2 breaths right here. Settle in, soften where you can. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly let the eyes flutter back open. Start to find that connection with your feet once again. So maybe just rocking back and forth on the feet. And we're going to move into a balanced pose. So take an inhale. And as you exhale, move your body weight over to the left side of your body. In the same way that when we were kneeling, you saw me ripple that strength up and engage everything, I want you to try that here. So press the foot into the floor, ripple up that strength to the crown of your head, and notice how it helped you become lighter on those right toes. Once you feel stable, we'll lift this right knee, keeping the right foot flexed. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, left hand back to the left hand to the right knee, right arm goes back behind. I don't suggest looking back for your fingertips this time. Find a soft place in front of you to gaze. Continue to breathe. Inhale, lift the arms back up, twisting forward. Exhale, fluid motion, hands in front of the heart, right foot comes back to the mat. Center in the middle, give yourself a breath. Beautiful. Inhale. Moving over to the right. Here's that ripple of strength. Ripple it up to the crown of the head. Just got light on those left toes. Beautiful. When you're ready, we'll lift this left knee. Left foot stays flexed. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand behind. Keep the left foot flexed. Center of your body engaged. Breathe. Inhale, lift the arms, twisting back forward. Exhale, with control, everything back down, centering the body, centering the breath. Inhale, lift the arms and the gaze. And exhale to forward fold. Side to side, sway those hips, keeping a bend in the knees. All right. From here in this forward fold, walk your right foot forward just a little bit, maybe like a foot and a half, your foot length and a half. And then come up onto the ball of that left foot, bend down. And just come to stand, just like this, or squat, just like this. You've got most of the weight on the ball of that left foot. And keep a long spine, so reach the crown up. Walk those fingertips forward or use a block if you need it. Take an inhale.
And then exhale, lift the hips, square the hips, find a pyramid pose. And breathe 2 more breaths. Bend that right knee just a little bit. Take an inhale. And then exhale, let the left foot come to meet the right. You're back in a forward fold. And so be where your feet are. Inhale. Step the left foot forward, about 1.5 feet, your foot. And then bend that right knee, coming onto the ball of that right foot, lunging down, and then reaching through the crown of the head. Inhale. Press into the ball of the right foot, straighten through the hips, find your pyramid, keep the hips square. In other words, send the left hip back to meet the right. And rest easy through the head. Bend that left knee. Walk the right foot up to meet the left. Be in this forward fold. Let's inhale halfway along spine. Exhale, release towards the floor. Inhale down low. And exhale, slow rise. Let's meet in mountain, rippling that strength up through the body. Breathe. Inhale, lift the arms and the gaze. Exhale, circle the hands nice and big behind you, and let the hands come to the small of your back with the fingertips pointing down. See if you can squeeze those elbows closer to one another and soften through the knees. Send the pelvis forward, lift through the chin, breathe 2 breaths. Opening through the heart. Inhale. Bring the chin into the chest first, and then slowly roll the shoulders forward, and you can shake everything out. Beautiful. Stay with the breath. All right. Inhale, lift the arms and the gaze. And exhale, forward fold. Walk hands forward, feet back, down dog. Move from your down dog into a plank. And take an inhale. Keep those elbows in close to the ribs as you lower all the way back down to the mat with control. Tops of the feet come to the mat. Send those hands back just like we did at the beginning of class, where wrists are under elbows. Relax through the booty. Take an inhale. Lift through the crown of the head. Release where you can. 2 more breaths. Squeezing those elbows towards one another, shoulder blades towards one another. Inhale. Exhale to lower the head. Press into the hands. Make your way into table. Release here. 2 breaths. Let it all go. You can even send the knees wide. Stack the hands on top of one another. Just let the mat take the weight. Beautiful. Inhale.
And go ahead and press up. I'm going to grab my block again, and I'm going to put it on its lowest setting, and then I'm going to sit on it. So I'm going to find my 2 bony points of my booty, and I'm going to sit on my block, and I'm going to bend my knees and really reach through the crown of my head. Take an inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, you're going to bend the elbows, bring your fingertips ever so slightly just to the base of your neck. And then keep the long spine, start to bend the elbows in towards center. Let them come between the knees and start walking the knees towards one another, stretching through the shoulder blades. So use the knees to press the elbows together. One more breath. Start to walk the feet apart as you lift through the upper body, and then you can release the hands down on either side of your hips. See if you can come to a comfortable seat on the block. If you don't have a block, you could use a firm pillow or even a thick book. It's fine. If you don't have either of those things, you're just on an easy seat on the floor. All right. So as you come to this easy seat, see if you can release through the legs. Take an inhale, reach the arms and the gaze up. And then exhale to bring the hands in front of the heart. Bow chin to chest. Come into the breath. Find ease in the body. Let the left hand come to your heart. Right hand comes down right near your navel. And notice if you can find more length through the spine to lift there. Keep the rest of the body nice and relaxed. Go ahead and close your eyes or have a soft gaze towards the floor. And return your awareness to your breath. Feel the belly expand, the heart rises. And then everything releases. And in this one moment, just be with the breath. And last one. Inhale. Exhale, let the hands go. You can flutter the eyes back open. And we're going to roll down onto our backs. You can move that block out of the way. So once we come down onto our backs, we're going to keep the left leg extended long and bring this right knee up towards the chest. And let those fingers interlace right below the kneecap. Squeeze that right knee in towards the ribs. If that's not comfortable, bring the right knee on the outside of the ribs, just to give yourself some more space. Circle the right ankle a little bit more, point and flex the foot. Keep your left hand connected to that right knee and send that right arm into a half T over to the right. Take an inhale and then exhale. Slowly let this right knee cross over and land somewhere on the left side. If you've got that block handy or a blanket handy, if the knee doesn't make it all the way to the mat, use those props to support you here so that you can fully release. Notice any tension in the shoulders and the jaw. Bring the tongue back to the roof of the mouth. Breath in the belly. Inhale. Exhale, slowly roll back down onto both hips. That left arm can come into a wide T. Extend the right leg long. Be here. The mat taking all of your weight. Sink in. 2 breaths. Bring the left knee up into the chest and then bring those fingertips right below the kneecap. Knee can go outside of the ribs or be pulled in towards the chest. Circle the ankle, point and flex the foot. Keep the right palm connected to that left knee. Left hand comes out into that half T. Fresh breath. And then exhale to let that left knee fall over to the right. Again, use props here to find a place to let it all go. Body scan. Find the ease. Last 2. Slowly roll it over onto your back. And I'm going to give you these next 6 or 7 breaths to give yourself whatever your body may be asking for. So maybe that's happy baby. Maybe that is windshield wipers with the feet towards the outside edges of the mat. Maybe it's a supported bridge where you lift the hips and let the block rest right under the sacrum, lowering back down and, letting the hips open. Just finding what would feel good here and continuing to nourish yourself as the mat holds your weight. And I invite you to Make your way into whatever Shavasana will look like for you today. Feel free to just find ease on the mat, or you can move to the wall, send your legs up the wall, whatever would feel nice. And wherever you end up, give yourself one more nice big deep inhale and exhale through the nose and rest. You can slowly start to bring some awareness back into this space that we have created together. And wiggle your fingers and your toes. And circle your wrists and your ankles. Reach your arms up over your head. Give yourself a full body stretch, pointing the toes, reaching the fingertips. And slowly allow yourself to roll on to one side or the other for just another moment, honoring the work that you've done for yourself today. And as you're ready, you can slowly make your way back up into a comfortable seat. We'll meet together there with hands at heart center in prayer. So our quote for today is from Eckhart Tolle, and it says, "Give up waiting as a state of mind. When you catch yourself slipping into waiting, snap out of it. Come into the present moment. Just be and enjoy being." May you know kindness, and may you be kind. And until we meet together again, gratitude for practicing with me today. Namaste.